Hey everybody, it's Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really do appreciate it. If you do like my content, y'all know what to do down below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video. Let's talk about Epicea by Creed, a vaulted discontinued fragrance. I'm going to make this review very quick for y'all. This is a pine, clove, citrus, spicy fragrance. It has some florals, some yellow aldehydic feel. Very strong fragrance on the clove. It's a very interesting, more of a vintage fragrance. This fragrance is definitely more on the vintage style. This is a vaulted, discontinued, rare fragrance. It's very hard to get your hands on. The clove and the citrus really dominate this fragrance, and that's really the two main accords. A spiced, citrus fragrance with a lot of clove, adding, its own spice and its own character. So if you don't like vintage fragrances that have that feel, a little bit of yellow aldehydic feel, this probably isn't something that you're going to love. This is a little, again, a vintage feeling fragrance, and it actually performs very well because of the clove. Let's talk about that performance. This is a 7, 8, maybe 9 hour fragrance for a vaulted, Creed fragrance with more natural ingredients that Creed used to always use. This fragrance actually performs quite well, but it does have that vintage aldehydic yellow kind of feel to it, that floral feel. Of course, it's spiced, and the aquatics here actually last a pretty good long time. Actually, surprisingly good performance from Creed in this one. Some of the vaulted Creed fragrances actually do not perform very well at all. So this is not bad. Performance-wise is not bad. Projection's pretty good. Sillage is actually pretty good as well. So overall, pretty good performance. Not great though, not amazing, but respectable. Overall, with the compliment factor, this is a vintage fragrance. It smells vintage. It feels vintage. Clove is not a mass appealing note. The citrus in here isn't bright and crisp and happy. It's more of that classic, more mellow, like the whole lemon, the rind and the oils and the pulp and everything. It's not exactly the lemon juice, fresh lemon that a lot of people are accustomed to. It's not a mass appealing fragrance, and it is a little bit spicy. This crisp, fresh spiciness and that mellow, kind of almost like brewery spices that you would use to add to something like rum is not something that people often find mass appealing. So is it terrible? No. Is it a mass appealing fragrance? Not at all. Is it unisex? I would say it's unisex. I don't feel like a lot of ladies would like the spiciness in it though. So it's probably going to be a little bit for men, but this fragrance does have a tiny bit of sweetness in the background for vintage fragrance lovers. This citrus and almost tiny bit of sweetness to the spiciness. To me, it really throws off the composition, and I find it quite strange. There's not a lot of notes. Again, it's like a pine fragrance and clove and citrus and spices. So there's not a lot of, particularly not a lot going on here, but it does have almost a sweetness coming from maybe the pine. Anyways, a good fragrance, but not great in my opinion. Let's talk about the price. Anyways, this is about $250, $300 fragrance. This is not cheap. It's not easy to find. This is a vaulted fragrance. It's going to be in boutiques. It's going to be in vintage stores. It's going to be very hard to find. Do I suggest you reach out there and get this fragrance? Maybe if you really like aldehydes and yellow floral fragrances, you might just love this stuff. I don't heavily recommend it. I don't really suggest this stuff for the price and the money. But if you're a Creed fanatic, if you absolutely are a diehard Creed fan, you might want to seek this one out. This comes from my dad's collection. I would not pay this kind of money for a Creed fragrance. He's actually selling this one because it just smells so vintage. It smells like an older fragrance from back in the day. Maybe the 50s, maybe the 60s. So not a bad fragrance, not a love, not something that I cherish or care about, especially for the price. I would flip this and sell it as fast as possible if it were my property. So that's just that's just my opinion. Anyways, hope that you enjoyed my review today. I made it quick and simple. I don't feel like there's a lot to say about this fragrance. There is a story behind it. There is a perfumer. Maybe I can get more into the history of Creed, but this is not something I recommend out there, especially for the price. But it is interesting to sometimes find vintage fragrances and mention and talk about them, because there's a lot of history. There's a lot of fragrances that don't have reviews. There's a lot of fragrances that people just do not know about. And people really don't know about this fragrance called Epicea by Creed. So thank y'all so much for being here today. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share this video, and hit the notification bell. When you hit notification bell, I'm speaking quick, Anyways, hit all notifications so you never miss out on an episode of my content. So I'll see y'all next time, my friends. Wear what you love and rock what you got. If you like this stuff, wear it. But for the price, $300, no go. I'll see you next time, my friends. Bye.